Let's talk about Mother's Day now, because it's that wonderful day on Sunday this weekend. Congrats, legends. Thanks for everything. And congrats on your superpower. Nobody else can bring a human into this world but us. Let us never let that be taken from us, which is exactly what the Hunter Valley Grammar School are trying to do. Instead of the usual Mother's Day stall, they've just come up with a mamby-pamby family gift stall. They say it's for inclusivity reasons. I'm sure these same people would say, oh, we're all for women's rights and we support women, we protect women. But here they are, pandering, coddling who? What, mothers who have transitioned and now consider themselves men, same-sex couples, two daddies who now say, well, we don't want Mother's Day celebrated because our child doesn't have a mother, biological, literally, that's not a thing, they do. But who are we pandering to here?
No one. We're not pandering to anyone. It's the same as the whole war on Christmas thing, right? Like, how many people have you ever met who are actually offended by Christmas? Zero, right?
And Easter, and yet every year we've got to go to the mattresses.
I am willing to bet a lot of money, and don't hold me to this because there may well be some idiot out there who did complain.
Yeah, how much money, Caleb?
I am willing to bet that not a single parent at Hunter Valley Grammar complained about there being a Mother's Day gift stall. I do not believe anyone would have complained about it. It's always these do-gooder people in these positions of power who think that it's incumbent upon them to do something, to be inclusive to everyone else. Things that no one has a problem with. And we had exactly, like when I was at school, we used to have, at the end of the year, the Christmas concert, right? It was Christmas in the Courtyard is what it was called. And then it changed to Celebration in the Courtyard. And I thought, what is going on here? And I said, did anyone complain? Because I was on the SRC at the time. I said, did anyone complain about the presence of Christmas in the Courtyard? Oh, no. We just want to be inclusive. Right. Well, you're not actually being inclusive. You're being exclusive. I mean, even if a child has two dads at home, that means they get Father's Day twice, right? Mother's Day is not an issue. What we are doing is erasing and papering over the wonder and beauty of women and what they bring to this world, and motherhood, which is one of the most important jobs in the world. No one is offended by Mother's Day, and to erase that and essentially say to mums, well, actually, you know, you don't cut the mustard anymore, it's Family Day. I mean, give me a break.
Liz, you were right about the superpowers of women able to birth children, but there is another superpower of mums, and that is they have eyes in the back of their head, which is quite amazing. But of course, you know, I think inclusivity is one of the most overused and insidious words in our culture right now, because on the one hand, it's quite charming, because it appeals to our better angels, right? I mean, you don't want to upset kids at the school who don't have a mum or who have two dads. You don't want them to feel excluded. So it appeals to that desire within us all.
That they are. Have you ever seen a kid in tears on Mother's Day?
Go with me for a second. This is why they use this phrase, inclusivity, because we don't want to leave anyone out, because you don't hate kids and want them to be upset, right? And so we think, oh, OK, all right, you're doing it for the right reasons. The problem with inclusivity, though, is it strips everything of any meaning. Once you reduce Mother's Day, which is quite specific, to the banal generality of Family Day, and family has to be so broad that it can include every and any combination of adults that you want to put together. So effectively, it means nothing. And that's the problem with inclusivity. It just strips everything you can think of any and all meaning and definition. So in the end, everything just means nothing. And it's all done appealing to our better nature, but it just ruins everything.
Well, it's a complete lie and straight out of the Marxist playbook. Read this quote from one mum at this grammar school. She said, please don't take this away from us. She was really hurt. She shares the story of her son coming home being like, well, there's this family stall and we're just told we can pick one thing to take home for one of our loved ones, but very, you know, anyone who you love, really, kids. She says, by changing the name, it feels like you are sending the message to students that mums are no more important than anyone else in the lives they think are special. No wonder she was really hurt by it. All mums would be up in arms about this. That is such a powerful and unique experience. And of course, no one can fill the void that a mother leaves if and when she can't be part of her child's life for any reason. And everyone knows mums are a massive factor. Even when you're grown, who doesn't love their mums?
And all the bases are covered already, right? You've got Mother's Day. You've got Father's Day. Even though it's not an official day, most schools now have a Grandparents' Day where the kids get to bring their grandparents into the school.
If they've got a blue card.
If they've got a working with children check, as we discovered at one school in Victoria, I think it was the other day. But, all the bases are already covered. I mean, for heaven's sake, there's a month of pride if you happen to be gay or transgender or whatever. You've got Transgender Day of Visibility. There's a day for everything now.
Yeah.
You don't have to remove Mother's Day to pander to anyone. Everyone's already got their individual day, don't they?
Exactly.
And mothers have contributed far more. I think we can all agree. Even the LGBTIQ community would surely agree that mums have contributed more to the planet than anybody else, because none of us would be here without one. But they get a whole
They all
month.
had a mum.
Mums get one day, and now that's being stripped away slowly but surely.